Welcome back. Welcome
Welcome,
back.
welcome.
Episode 4. We made it through the first 3 episodes, and here we are.
And here we are. Um, we know that Valentine's Day recently passed, so we're gonna do a little discussion about love this time.
But before we do that, I got you guys gifts because I just feel like it's just a little something, just a little something, just a little something. So, Kyla, I got you something, and then I got you a little something. So, if you want to open up your gifts, and then she got me something as well. Cause
Yeah, a
look,
little
see,
something.
I love a little something.
A
So
little
open it. So, okay, I want you to open yours, and then I open mine. Cause now you can open yours. It's okay if they can't see you, but I can see you opening it. It's fine.
Aw.
So I want to explain it. So yeah, that's what I want to explain. So you take those out. So the socks. So the sock. I got her also. I got her a little heart candy that with a mad cat face on it. But anyway, but the socks I thought was so cute.
That's
I have
cute.
match. I have them on. So now we're all like with triplets. You can't see them because I
I
have on
love
boots.
them.
But the socks say, "Do what makes your soul happy," and I thought they were so cute and so apropos.
Apropos, yes.
Yeah,
It
as we
says
talk
do
about
more of what
yeah,
makes your
do
soul
more of
happy.
what makes your soul happy, and it was just very
In line with
with
everything.
in line with what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
So I hope you like them.
I do. I love them.
I love them,
I love
and there was
them.
just a little bit of chocolate in there as well, like
Everybody loves a chocolate.
everybody loves some Russell Stover's
They do.
chocolate,
They
and
do, they
she
do.
got the little cat one. So hold on, I'm going to open
What did
mine.
you get?
I'm going to read this. I got a candle, and the candle says, "I'd punch a bitch for you right in the throat."
This is true.
Oh my god, and it smells so good. Thank
Everybody
you.
needs somebody to punch somebody in the throat for them sometimes. So
A karate chop, but I appreciate you.
That's
I
right.
appreciate you. So I
yes,
want to go on
absolutely.
record saying, so this is right after Valentine's Day. So hopefully you guys had a good Valentine's Day, had a wonderful Valentine's Day, had a great Valentine's Day, or sometimes as I've heard it referred to as sad for Singles Awareness Day. I'm just saying.
Really, I've never heard that before.
I'm just saying.
Really?
I didn't coin the phrase. That's what it said. I guess people realize they're really single. Like, listen, you single, you single. I'm not
Right.
gonna really realize that I'm single just on that day. Why? Because people are like coupled up or whatever. But
Right.
no, I guess it brings more awareness, I guess, that you're single that day because you
True.
see other people. But it's supposed to be sad. But I had a great Valentine's Day.
That's right. I mean, I think there's the commercialization of the day.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a big thing. So, do you think that that day is overly commercialized, or?
Um, yeah, it's a lot of holidays are just overly commercialized, and I feel like it's all about economics. It's all about getting people out to buy things. Think about the calendars. Like when we were growing up, we didn't have all these. You got Grandparents' Day, you got National Coffee Day, you got National Chocolate Day, you got everything. Like you have all these made up type of holidays, but
Right.
Valentine's Day, some people think it's a pagan holiday. I had somebody
True,
years
true,
ago that
true.
didn't get stuff that'd be like, "Oh, celebrates a pagan holiday."
I mean, technically it
I don't
is,
care.
but commercialization is. Do you think that day is just for couples or?
No, it is definitely commercialized again for money. But I just feel like if you love someone, like these are the things that you should be doing all year round. It's
Right.
just not on February 14th. It's just not that day that you be like, oh, I'm gonna just get flowers that day. If you have someone you're in a relationship, like get him or her flowers
Right.
throughout the year, not just on Valentine's Day, on a birthday, whatever. Just appreciate them all year round.
Right.
It's a Is it geared more towards couples? Of course,
Right.
because like
Absolutely.
you don't see any cards that be like Happy Valentine's Day to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just maybe you should get a line of cards that be
Right.
like
I
Happy
think
Valentine's
so.
Day to
To me.
myself. Yeah, Happy
I
Valentine's
want to
Day.
celebrate me.
Yeah,
today.
I'm celebrate. I like to thank me. I like to tell myself that I love me. I love you.
Right.
You know, but it's definitely geared more towards couples, which
True.
is
Yeah.
we understand that. But there are things that you can do as a single person,
A singlet.
a singlet. You just have to be comfortable doing it, like taking yourself out to dinner.
Right.
Do you feel like? Would you feel weird? It's Valentine's Day, and you walk into a restaurant, and you see like a bunch of couples, do you feel comfortable plopping down? They'd be like, table for one, and they call you table for one.
Well, first of all, I'm not paying those Valentine's
This,
or
ooh,
Valentine's Day prices.
please don't.
Because
We're gonna go back to
I'm
that
just
too.
going to cook for myself or order something in or go pick my food up because I'm not sitting in the restaurant with all the other people that got dressed up. I mean, and I'm not,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
pooping. I'm not shitting on that for any
Oh, look at
specific.
you cursing
I
now.
can't.
Look
I
at
can't.
the big girl coming out. I'm so proud of
I'm
you.
not, coming down on people for that day or saying that I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Because baby, if somebody said, "Let's go to Fogo de Chao," I'm
Yeah.
getting dressed and we're going.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. But I think that there's a lot, like you said, a lot of economic things, and you have to be doing that all year. I know for me, one thing that I appreciate about Valentine's Day is that, or appreciate, I guess, every year, my mother always got me something for Valentine's Day. Every
please don't.
single year. No, it's that's one of the good things. Like she got me
Yeah.
something every year, and I'm talking about up until she passed away. Like always a card, always a chocolate. I knew even when I moved out the house, come
You
by
had
and get
something
your stuff,
come
or
by
she
and
would
get,
stop
yeah.
by and get it. I knew that if somebody's little raggedy son didn't get me anything,
Somebody-
that I had a chocolate from somebody, and I try to roll that into
To Nia. To
right
do
with
that
my
for-
kid, and I make sure that she has something every year.
Yeah.
She woke up on Valentine's Day and she had her little
Yeah.
bag and
Yeah.
her candies, and she
Yeah.
appreciates that. So
Yeah.
aside from that, the day is about love. So I'm not gonna hate on the lovers. That's good. So what do you think about what was the best gift that you ever received?
Yeah, you got like out of years of Valentine. Like I don't like the best gift. Like see, okay. So for me, a best gift doesn't necessarily mean something high priced, something so materialistic. Like and this is because, and it just goes back to simplicity for me. I just distinctly remember it. Like, all right, so I don't know if they still do it, but they might. So we used to go to the mall and remember those, it was like a stand in that they would put these bears and all this stuff inside this
Right.
big balloon. And I was always mesmerized by that. I was amazed. Like, how do they get them in the balloons? I just used to see them. So one day I saw them. They had this thing, and then they would open up the balloon and they'd stuff it in. I was mesmerized by that. And I'm like, I want one of those. Like, I
Got
want
one of those one year.
Yeah. I want that big ass balloon with the stuff in it.
Right.
And I got it. And of
Yeah.
course, like we're like in college. So
Oh.
when listen, you in college, you don't have like all of this extra money.
Right.
So that was a big deal.
It was.
So
I got one too, and I was like, "Wow!"
Yeah.
it was
Right?
amazing. I was like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
yeah.
ooh, thank you, boo."
Yeah. And I was just like, and it was like flowers like along with that, but it was just the listening. I think the best gift was, to me, the best gifts are, whether it's Valentine's Day or whatever, the best gifts are when you know the person and you listen and you internalize that and then you regurgitate that into a gift like, oh, she likes,
Right,
I don't know, fuzzy socks. I'm going to go get her a whole
right.
fuzzy sock collective. Let I open that box and I got 12 days of fuzzy socks. I'm talking like
Right.
that.
It's about being
is-
intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So things like that, I was just like, oh, wow, I got the bear in the balloon. And I just sat there like in my room, of course, still living at home and
Right.
I'm my young self. And I'm sitting there like looking at the bear in the balloon like, wow, I got one. Like it was that amazing to me.
Right.
So I think just that was probably one of the best things because it was something that I wanted.
Right. Were you in a relationship with that person, or was
Yeah,
it like
yeah,
just,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, well, that's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna actually talk about spiral into talking about commitment, the C word. The other C word that people dread. I don't. Do you dread commitment?
No.
Is that like a
No.
something that you?
No.
Okay. No.
No.
You standing firm on that? Okay.
I don't dread commitment. I dread committing to the wrong person,
Okay.
I think, or committing my time and my effort to the wrong person.
Well, how do you know what is the wrong person?
But see, that's the thing. Like you don't know. Like you think back, I mean, everything looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
everybody has a representative out, and you're like, okay, that looks really good. And then all of a sudden, it's like you start to kind of peel back the layers of the onion. You like, this stinks.
You like, this ain't an onion.
You know what I'm saying?
A spicy jalapeno in the middle of this.
Yeah, so it's like, but no, I don't fear commitment. I've not feared commitment. I've walked down the aisle.
Right.
Like, I don't fear commitment. I just fear committing, again, having my time wasted. But you don't know what you don't know.
True.
And then once you know it, then it's like, damn. You look back like, But I think it also helps you because you realize what you don't want.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and you're only going to know that through dating experience.
Absolutely.
Like, you're only going to know, I'm not a fan of this. I'm a big fan of this. I'm not a fan of that.
Right.
Okay, and I have a list. I have this thing. I have this thing called the capital T, capital H, capital E list. And I had a list of, like, I don't know, say 40 things, 50 things, whatever it was. And I remember I started building this list years ago. And as I'm building the list, when something happened, I'd be like, yeah, that's a definite no for me. Let me put this on the list. And I was told, why do you have that list? So this is about a couple people. Why do you have that list? Because you're eliminating a lot of people. You're looking for the perfect person. I said, that list doesn't try to, it's not accumulation. Make a person. I'm looking for the perfect person for me.
Right.
And these are the things that I know will upset me, will agitate me, will make me revert into a shell, and just my temperament. I know these are the things that I can't tolerate or I can't stomach in a relationship.
Right.
Everyone's list is going to be different, but I feel like before you commit to a person, before you look, everyone should have a list. I'm going to say this, I'm speaking directly to you. Everyone should have a list.
Right.
Like, it's just, you have a list for when you're looking for a job, right?
You got a grocery list. You
Yeah.
got to be specific about things that
So-
you don't want to waste your time looking for things that
In the
you
store
don't
that
need.
you don't-
Right. I don't
Exactly.
think, and I think if you have a
Exactly.
list and you're with somebody and they are questioning your list, I think that's a sign right there, because I think the
Red
right
flag.
person is going to say, wow, she has a list. How many of these things are
Yeah.
me on this list? Or
Yeah.
how can I make myself more curtailed to this list?
But see, that's also a person who, if you tell them, if you show, that's like you showing your hand. Like, I do a mental rundown of, check, 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 X, check, check, check. And then from that list, I think we talked about it before. Like, you have your negotiables and
Right.
your non-negotiables. Is this a hard no?
Right.
Is this a negotiable for me? Like, okay, smoking. I grew up around chimneys, like people
Right.
smoking. Like, my brother and his wife smoked, and then my other brother and his wife smoked. My dad smoked. My mom smoked. We would be at family. We would get together. Me and my grandmother be sitting there like, this some old. You smell like this some old bullshit. Like, we up here. It's just everyone is in there
Right.
smoking. So for me, just to remember like that smell, and like then it gets into. And I'm not bashing people who smoke, so just don't. I'm gonna just do
Right.
that. This is
Don't
just
come for us.
yeah. Don't come for us in the comments like y'all be doing. Damn. So it's just, for me, that's a non-negotiable, because that resonates into, if you're in the car, it smells in the car. If you come
Right.
into the house, it smells. It's in you. It's on your clothes. It's this. And then when you in someone's face, like, I don't want to smell smoke.
right.
Like, does the love of my life, if a love of my life walk by and they happen to be smoking a Pall Mall or a Newport or I don't even know. It's a Pall Mall, a Newport. My mom used to smoke Salem 100s or something or whatever.
Oh, my grandmother smoked
Salem.
And
Can you
my
go to the
mother
store and
smoked
get me
Kent.
something? Oh, damn.
I don't know the differences.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Right.
I don't know, but I feel
Right.
like Salem, the next Salem. But it's just, if you walk by, I'm like, well, I X you off, probably. But
So the list is kind of like helps you to formulate things. So how do you feel? What do people need to do in order to stay in a committed situation? Like, what are the things that attribute to?
check off some of the boxes on the list. Like, I'm just
Okay.
But to stay committed, that is Communication
That's a good one.
is definitely one of them. I think having a level of self-awareness, or if you don't have a level of self-awareness, be able to receive that awareness,
Correction.
the outside, yeah, that outside awareness from somebody else.
Maybe not correction is a bad word. Maybe
Inform, like information,
right.
because we're on the outside looking in. You're on the inside looking out. Self-awareness is that some people lack
Right.
self-awareness. There's certain things that I probably lack self-awareness about, or I try to be as aware of what I'm doing, how I'm interacting, and stuff like that. But there could be times like you'll correct me,
I don't correct you.
like
About
hell you
what?
don't. You be like, fix your face, like
Oh well, because your face is always
yeah,
the tell. Like
yeah.
you're not gonna know nothing.
But if I don't say it, my face will. That's just
Right.
what it is.
Right.
But like you're correcting me. I think I lack self-awareness in that, because if somebody says, like, you know what I'm saying, you be like, fix your face. Oh, okay.
This is true. Yes.
You know, it's just people lack self-awareness. So I think
So them being able to be self-aware,
Yes.
it helps with commitment.
yes,
To stay committed.
yeah, communication.
Communication.
Yeah, and I think being true to yourself and true to who you are will help you stay committed. Because you can't, how can I say this? If I'm committing to you and you're this person, you present this person to me, but that's not your true self,
Right.
then down the line,
Who are you?
yeah,
Right.
who are you and what did you do with him?
What did
Because, you know
well,
what I mean?
We people send their representative all
For a
the
long time. I
Right.
mean, but the length of time
That's
that
a
the
whole-
representative
That's
is
a whole
is
nother-
crazy.
That's another week worth of podcasting.
You know what I'm saying?
So okay, so all those things. Now you were married.
Yeah.
How was that? Like, do you feel like
It wasn't well because I'm
Oh,
divorced. What
okay,
the-
okay. Focus. Focus, please.
You asked me how it was.
Focus, please.
It's
Let me
divorced.
get the whole question out.
How was that? We're
Right.
divorced because it wasn't well. It didn't go well.
Alrighty. So like I was saying, so being married, like, do you feel like the level of commitment? I mean, it's a different situation, but there are more things that you need to commit to in a marriage, and of course in a relationship. Or how did that prepare you for being like? How does being married in that committed relationship prepare you for being in the streets? You're not in the streets, but in the world. Being in the world, being out here, and you know what I'm trying to say, but
You just said I'm for
looking for your next.
Did you just say I was in the street? I'm just kidding.
Looking for your next walk down the aisle.
How did that prepare me?
Yeah.
First of all, I want to go on, and this is me speaking before. If anyone comes in these comments talking about,
We don't care.
talking about,
it doesn't
this
matter.
is sad. You see the older generation women
That's
now, the
okay.
modern women, the late great. I'm gonna address that comment.
That's
I'm going
okay.
to
Anyway.
address that. But anyway, you're never. I don't really think you're never really, as much as you want to prepare for marriage, like you're never really prepared. Like even if you know the person and you've been together for the longest, it's just being with that person day in and day out. It's like being a parent. Like you never really prepared to be a parent. And with marriage, every day you have to put in work.
That's
And it's-
another level
Every
of
day
commitment.
you
right?
have to choose to love that person over and over and over again.
You have to choose to show up every day.
Yeah, you have to choose to show up every day. And then with that, you can't just be the only one showing up every day. You both have to show up every day. So I think,
You have to be committed to that.
and then you also have to understand with that, some people you meet and you get married, and then as years later, you both start to grow and evolve. And sometimes you can start to grow apart because your interests, and I'm not saying, I think in a relationship, it's good to have interests outside of just, you come back together, but it's good to have interests. But I mean your growth as a person. One person might grow more spiritually and the other person is just stagnant and they've been trying to pull them along. That's kind of like, may grow apart that way.
Right.
But it's just really choosing to love each other in every single day and choosing that person for their flaws. And then again, it all goes back again to your negotiables and your not negotiables. Because
So
what that person was before, you know what I'm saying, they may not have showed you any of those non-negotiables.
Right.
Trust me, there's instances when people, and I've known, this person was not like this, and then the person got married, like literally the day you got married or the next day. I don't know if the guy was thinking, hey, I got her now. She signed the paper. Oh, we good now. Here's the full me.
Papers.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's completely opposite. And then you're dumbfounded, like,
Right.
just yesterday,
Right.
you were lovey-dovey. Today you called me stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
So what kind of things? So like that, switching up like that. That's like a
code
red
switching.
flag, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a red
So
flag.
what other kinds of red flags are we on the lookout for in a commitment? Like in a committed relationship, what are the red flags that are gonna be like, okay, I can't do this? What are some hard stops, as we say in the business world?
Me personally,
Yeah, you personally.
I got a lot of hard stops.
Okay.
And it's respect.
Okay.
How you talk to me. That's lines that goes into it. Respect.
Right. Right.
I don't like double standards. That's a no for me, dog. That's a no. Like, I don't like it. People who lack self-awareness, I'm just, let me rephrase that. You can lack it, but at the same time, if I bring something to you,
Be
don't,
receptive.
don't shut me out and like,
Right.
I don't know what I don't know, no idea what you speak of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
What is this you speak of?
Yeah. But listen, I'm like, I'm coming to you.
Right.
So definitely, like, I don't want double standards. Respect. I'm big on respect. How you talk to me?
Abuse.
Yeah, like mental, physical, emotional, all that type of that to me rolls up under the umbrella of respect. Treat me the way that you want me to treat you.
Right.
Because as a Libra, we already know I match energy. And I have a whole sweatshirt that says I match
Right.
energy. You decide how we're going to act today. Does that get exhausting? Not from me.
I think you get exhausted
Not from that.
from
I'm just
matching energy.
yeah. Like, I'm like, listen, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
But you say you want peace, though.
Yeah.
So at some point, you
That's
kind of have
very
to let
peaceful.
go of that. It's not.
That's
You have to let go of that sometimes.
Uh,
You gotta woosah.
I
You
do
gotta
want peace.
namaste.
I
You gotta-
I want peace. I don't want problems. I say that I come in peace. And that's me. Like, look, okay, if you chatting, we chatting. That's cool. If you want some, all right, we not talking today. Okay, I'm cool. That's peaceful too. Like, I can not talk. Just so you guys know, everybody else is looking. Me like this, you be like, oh my gosh, she's the life of the party. These cameras cut. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I'm a introverted extrovert. I come, I show up, I give you my energy. Then when it's done, I'm
go back home and
decompressing.
plug back in.
Yeah,
to
I'm
charge up.
decompressing and I'm detaching.
Right.
What are your things you like, okay, commitment. Like, what do you look for in a commitment? Or what are some things that you like, okay, this is my hard line in the sense that
I gotta open up the vault and let the moths fly out to try to remember.
it's
think
not that far back. It's right here. It's right there.
on
It's
the
right
cusp.
there. Yeah, it's right there.
It is not. But I think that in a relationship, I agree with yours. Like the disrespect, I need you to respect me. I think that compatibility is something because, like we talked about with the later daters, like some of them, the ones that we thought were aesthetically a
Pleasing.
match,
Yeah.
they weren't compatible.
Yeah.
You have to kind of date somebody
On your playing field, like on your
right,
level.
right.
Yeah.
And
Intellectually.
and
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
level is a gray area because that could encompass and exclude so many things. Like, you might date somebody who's not in the same field as you. You might be they might be blue collar, you might be white collar, but you still are compatible.
Yeah, but on your level, it's not a disrespect or a knock to say
Right.
that somebody on your level, okay, not just compatibility, but I think there's a thing like you have to be equally yoked. That's what they say. It's a little bit different. You can be compatible on a lot of things, but at the core, like you could be a blue collar worker and you could be a person who's a VP.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Just the woman could be the VP and the man could be the blue collar or vice versa. But if the woman's say the breadwinner and she makes the most money and he's the blue collar and but she understands he's still the head of the household.
Right.
He's the man. You know what? This is what it is. He treats me with respect and you see how it's going. He brings me everything that I need and they're just kind of they're compatible in that way. Like he's her piece. She cooks. So, hey, I come home, I'm gonna cook and make sure my husband has dinner, or we're going out to eat or something, whatever. It's just it doesn't mean anything money wise or
Right.
like spiritually. Like you might have a person who's ultra religious and a person who doesn't go to church, who's just more spiritual, that sits in the closet and listens to meditation music
Okay.
and journals.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I.e.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But that might be a deal breaker for some, but the other ones might be like, listen, I understand where he or she is coming from.
Right.
We don't need to go to church. He or she
But
doesn't
she doesn't
need
to
that.
go with me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he or she doesn't need that to be spiritually grounded.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but then there might be someone's like, oh, well, no, I need my person
But
to
do you
be
think
in
that
church
you
with
can
me.
be committed with somebody who you have a difference of some things you can't like that different cultures come together
Yeah.
in committed relationships and different religions and
Yes, absolutely.
Charlotte on Sex and the City changed to
Judaism,
Judaism
yeah.
for her boo.
Yeah,
So
but it's all about respect, and it's
Right.
all about you said compatibility. You don't have to be the exact same to be compatible.
Right.
Would it be easier to be compatible with people who had the same likes and like dislikes as you? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about just a matter of respect, because you just said it, there are people who of different religions who come together all the time.
Right.
Christian marry Jews, Muslims marry Christians. It's all about, okay, well, listen, I respect your culture. I respect it. Yeah, I'll go, I'll fast with you, Ramadan. Like, whatever it is, I'll respect it because you're my spouse, you're my partner. It's just about that. But then if you focus on the differences, if it all depends, is that a high priority for you? If you're like into the church and you go every single Sunday and you go to Bible study and you do all the things at church, is not having your partner there a thorn in your side. And if it is, then yes, you're going to need somebody that's going to be willing to take that ride with you. But if you're religious and you do all those things and you say, I love my partner, I respect him or her, and they respect me. They don't say anything about when I'm going to church. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Okay. All right. I'll see you. I mean, maybe I don't come with you all the time. Maybe I go once a month.
Right. Right.
It's also about respecting them and their religion. So it's just about everything in a relationship and commitment comes back down to respect.
True. So,
Heavy on respect.
So what if you have a person, and this could work either way, like let's just say the guy is not telling you that you're in a committed relationship. Like you ain't
Said it.
Right. He didn't
But you doing all the things.
He didn't write you the note and say, do you want to go with
Do
me?
you want to be my
and then
girlfriend?
you check
yes or no.
no.
You want to be my boyfriend? Yes or no. You want to be my girlfriend? Yes or no.
Yeah.
Remember those little notes? Pass that note.
Right. So I mean, you haven't established that yet. So how do you still operate in the same?
That's a gray
vein?
area because.
Is it gray?
Well, it's gray because I think Okay, let's
Dial it
dial it
back.
back and let me think about the younger me versus the older me now. You don't really want to say anything back then because you're like, oh, if I say something, but I like it, but I don't want to scare them off. So I'm going to just go still do all the things. I'm just going to, I think we're boyfriend, girlfriend. We haven't said it, but he's acting like my boyfriend. And then you get upset when you find out he's seeing somebody else, but you never had that relationship. I mean, that talk about it being an exclusive monogamous relationship. Fast forward to now. Fast forward to now. Women are now more like, we're not exclusive, right? You know what you mean. You know what I'm saying? You know
You
we're not
didn't say. You didn't say.
Yeah, you didn't say.
You didn't slide me the note and say check yes or no.
You know
so
what I'm saying? Like, it's more so, again, it also goes back to respect, but I think people are just afraid to have that honest conversation because I like spending time with them, but if I mention that I want this commitment and they don't, or if I mention that C word and they don't, what's going to happen? Oh, everything's going to be off, but I do like spending time with them. But it's all about your preferences. It's all about what you're comfortable with. Are you comfortable with knowing that you are one of? Or are you a starting five? You know what I'm saying?
You in the stable.
Are you a harem? You know? And if you're comfortable with that, then that's fine. But I think people should be open and honest. Like guys or women should be open and honest. Like, listen, I enjoy dating you. I am seeing other people. Is that an issue for you?
Right.
If it's an issue for you, I understand.
But you mentioned earlier, you said, now women are saying it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's a difference between if the guy says, "Nah, I didn't, we not together," and then the woman says it? Like, do you think there's a difference in who says it as how things go? Like a guy, you say it to him and it's like he's butthurt.
Because
they don't expect.
They don't expect that from a woman. Mm-hmm. Two, that's more ego driven and it's more of a possession, like you're mine. I can't imagine somebody else being with you. Women, as we know, and this is just research and you already know, and even
experience.
And even in infidelity, a woman is more likely to forgive than a man is.
Absolutely.
And it's just only
nothing.
Yeah, and it's always only because women are nurturers, and once they get over they ask you them questions. How long has it been? It's certain questions they're gonna ask you. How long has it been going on? Where'd you meet her? When's the last time? It's certain things that they're gonna ask you, and then they're gonna be like, okay, I can put this to bed now. Let's work on it.
I'm not asking nothing. I'm flipping everything over.
Yeah, but okay, not you, but
I'm flipping everything.
But not you. But whereas a guy is gonna be like, he don't want to know anything. He just this visual.
Right.
Like, remember in the Best Man when he just saw him. He was just like he was standing about to say his vows. And he's like he can only
picture.
Yeah. He's like he just envisioned Harper with his wife. He's like,
great. Yeah.
It killed him.
Yeah.
It killed him. So men don't process that as well as women. But in a man, just like be honest. Like give that person that opportunity to be like, you know what? I don't mind it because, hey, I am seeing someone else too. And I think that, you can date other people and I'm going to date other people. But it's just a man might not say that to a woman because
he doesn't want to date other people.
Yeah. Oh, you have the men out there that's like, oh, yeah, I'm dating other people. But I don't want her to. I want her to sit at home and wait for her turn. Exactly. For her rotation.
I want her to sit in the rotation and wait for me to come around.
She's my Tuesday, but I might be able to bump her up to a Thursday. Or or prime date night, Saturday. But but it's just
not Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. It's like, that's prime date night. You gotta go out like a Tuesday or Thursday.
I don't know.
Weekend is like Friday, Saturday. It's like the prime. Like
I'll
that's
be at
exclusive
home
date.
rubbing my feet together
like
on
a
Saturday.
cricket. Okay, I'm just saying.
Sending you TikToks.
Yeah, I'm just and they're funny too. But anyway, I got like 50 million to go back through. But
yeah, you do.
Whatever.
That's
okay.
You do. Okay. But yeah, I mean I think that commitment. I think if that's something that you want for yourself that it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. It's not, no, it's not bad. It's just you want it to be with the right person and you can commit to the right person. And when you are with the right person in a commitment, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Everything
so.
flourishes. You thrive. The relationship thrives.
Okay, I had something to read. Go ahead.
And you go on and you live, you ride off in the sunset together. You know what I'm saying? Like it's great. It's beautiful.
You drive away in the sunset.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the just married sign and the cans.
Clanking
Dragon.
up. Do they still do that?
I don't know. It's like a cartoon. You
Oh
like
my
just married. I
God.
don't know.
Did you what do you think? Do you think you'll ever get married again? I'm not talking to me. I'm talking to you. Again.
Again, I'm not opposed to marriage. Let's say that. I'm not opposed to marriage. Am I opposed to marrying the wrong person again? Absolutely. But I'm not opposed to it. I think marriage is a beautiful union. It can be a beautiful union. It's work. And you have to be with a person, again, who's willing to put in that work and who's willing to choose you every single day over and over and over again.
Yeah. This is a post that from online. This is a post from Reddit about a men who left their relationship because they weren't ready for commitments. And the question is, do you regret it? Did you regret it later? So somebody said, a few things I learned as a man in my early 30s. Every man makes commitment excuses if they haven't met the right person yet.
True.
You can love someone forever and still not marry them. How many people they've been together forever and they never pulled the trigger on it?
But also, they say a man knows immediately, if he
they
wants to. It doesn't take
know.
a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. It doesn't take that amount of time.
Right.
Yeah.
It says you can get, now these are all men who are saying these things. You can get married to someone not because you love them that much, but because they were the right person for you.
Okay.
Like some guys feel like, all right, she's a good girl,
Yeah.
let me scoop her up and get my life right.
Yeah.
But you don't really want to commit to that.
Yeah.
This one was good. Love isn't happiness. Happiness is love.
Love isn't happiness.
Right. So,
happiness is love. Okay.
and the last one, you can have you can have the best sex with the most unfaithful and toxic person ever. I don't know why they threw that one in there, but I mean that's true for everybody. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are just some guys who tuned in on why they left who left the relationship, and just comments that they had to say about that. So,
and I think also to that point, like if you've ever heard like that, if you can't be with the one you love the one you with type of thing, but it was this guy, those people that stop you on the street and ask you questions. This one guy was just like something about him just being there. No, he asked, "Is like, is that your person?" Nah, it's not my person. The one that I wanted, I can't have. Basically, he said,
wow.
The one that I wanted, I can't have.
Wow.
So I'm with this one.
Did she know that?
Listen, if she didn't, she knew now. He goes, I'm with this one.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm waiting for my opportunity.
My face.
To be
my flappers
with
are
the
one.
To be with the one that I want.
So she's a placeholder. But
yeah.
the thing is that she knows that she's a placeholder. She knows it.
Hold on. So I'm gonna read. I got this, which I thought was, because we're talking about love and we're talking about commitment, and this just
kind of sums it all up.
Yeah, Avian sent this to me. Shout out to Avian. It says, may you attract someone who speaks your language so you don't have to spend a lifetime translating your soul.
Ooh. I got chills.
That's what
speaks my language.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like your love language or whatever it is, we can sit there and have a whole conversation and not say a word.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, that speaks to your soul.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to, like that sums up.
it.
If I can't have that,
You take all this other garbage and get out of here.
I will ride this out by
Right.
myself
Right.
for the rest of my life.
Right.
Like, if I can't have that, and if I made this type of love find me,
May it find me.
may it find me.
Yeah.
And if I find it when I'm 80 and I die when I'm 81, at least I will have had a year of knowing what that felt like.
Yeah.
That's the type of love that I want. And with that,
that sums it up. But yeah,
so we're going to end it. So, as always, life is not about the destination.
it's about the journey.
And no matter where you are,
It's where you're supposed to be.
and here we are. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and see you next episode.
See you next time.